Hey, what's up everybody? Cole here for another Alliance Way Gear Guide review for 2022. Today we are checking out the Ronix Atmos by the Peacock brothers. Okay, so this board is brand new for this year. This is a kind of a redesign of the top notch, just a bit of a different layup going on. So it has a different feel underneath your feet. Kind of speaking on the shape and the layup here, they've laid up the wood a bit different. We've kind of have a spine on the board now. So you kind of get that strength through the middle of the board, and then that's where it kind of gets its play on the outer edges of the board. You can see on the bottom exactly how that wood is laid up, but to me that gave this board a really soft and playful feel to it. I could really feel everything underneath my feet. And I don't know if you guys have rode the Kinetic, it's definitely a completely different feeling board. If you guys are looking for something maybe really flexy and just a lot of feel going on, this is definitely the direction you want to go. It does have a little bit of some channels running on the belly there, not enough to where you feel it. Also, I do like the squared off tip and tails. I like the way that edges, it edges really well, locking in, and doesn't feel like it's going to slip out on you at times. On the bottom here, we do have the centered base, classic for a Ronix cable board. It's going to be durable, it's going to last you a while, and you are going to be able to repair it if you do get any screws or anything like that in the bottom. We also have the speed walls to just give it that much more durability around the edge of the board. The size we did jump on is a 148. It also comes in a 143 and even up to a 153. So another thing is the rocker line here is continuous. But I will say it's a pretty aggressive continuous. So you've got a lot of tip and tail up out of the water, which at the same time might slow the board down a little bit. So it's not the fastest continuous rocker board, but I will say it's faster than a 3-stage board. The biggest thing that I really liked about this board was the flex and just feel overall. Just the way they've laid this board up, it definitely has a lot of feeling underneath your feet along with that flex, but it's still durable at the same time. So overall, I think if you're looking for a flexi board, this is definitely gonna be the right option for you. Let's head over to the categories and see where this thing stacks up. Now the first thing we look at is bass, 1 through 10, 1 meaning it's a super slow, crappy bass, 10 means it's super fast and a really solid bass. Now this board right here lands at a 7, which is pretty much where a lot of good cable boards are landing these days. You've got a bass that's gonna be durable and it's fast, but it's not too fast to where you're slipping out and like you're gonna bust your face. So that's why it's a 7 out of 10. The next category we check out is flex. We go 1 through 10, 1 meaning it's super stiff, and 10 meaning it's a wet noodle. And this board right here stacks up at a 7 on the scale because it is really flexy board, but it's not so flexy to where you lose a lot of that pop in your ollie, and it just holds up nicely when you're doing a nose press. The next category we check out is ollie. We go 1 through 10 as well on this, 1 meaning the ollie is really bad, 10 meaning it's the best ollie in the world. And this board right here lands at a 7. And even though it's a super flexy board, just the way the shape is, and it's not too flexy where you lose that pop, to where it made that ollie nice and responsive still. So that's why the board landed at a 7 out of 10. Another category we look at is tracking. What's the control of the board? And we go 1 through 10 as well on this, 1 meaning it's super duper loose, 10 meaning you're locked in. And this board landed at a 4.5 on the scale. And that is because it doesn't have fins, so you're obviously gonna have a super loose board. We do have a little bit of some channels on the bottom to give you just that little bit of extra grip. We do have a nice sharp edge, and I felt like it rolled over really nicely edge to edge, but it still overall was a really loose, playful board, landing it at that 4.5. Lastly, we look at landings. We go 1 through 10 as well. 1 meaning it's super harsh landings, and 10 meaning it's buttery, smooth landings. Now for this Atmos, this board rode really well, but also landed decently well. It wasn't the best landing in the world. You do have a bit of flex within the board, so it does kind of give out on those landings, but not so much to where your nose is going into the water because it's over flexing or anything like that. With that being said, it landed at a 7 out of 10 on the scale. So you're definitely still capable of hitting kickers and going big, but also still having your flex. So those are all the categories for the Atmos. I really enjoyed riding this board. I'm a fan of rail riding, and I think that this board is definitely going to take your rail riding to the next level with all that feel and flex. So don't be afraid to jump on this thing. If you guys want to know more information about this board, head over to ronixwake.com and check it out. Maybe you can check out all the other boards in their line and really decide what board suits you. If you guys liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button, but also don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future reviews coming out. I'm Cole, and we'll see you on the next one.